Welcome to the hottest movie review on the internet today, the A-List Review. I am your host, the Game Changer, Wes Troop, and it's time to go back to the theater. That's right, it is time for Marvel's newest film to debut in theaters, and it's getting a lot of mixed reviews. Will I be one to add to it? Well, we're gonna find out, because my review of the 2021 action superhero film, Eternals, coming up now. In 5000 BC, a group of 10 superpowered celestials, known as the Eternals, are sent to Earth to fight off creatures named Deviants. That is their only task on Earth, however, as they're not allowed to intervene with other human affairs, as the human race needs to advance on its own. After the supposed last deviant is killed in the 1500s, the Eternals mostly go off on their own and chill on Earth in a number of different ways. In present time, two members of the gang, Circe and Sprite, are attacked by a deviant and helped out by fellow Eternal Ikaris. After a tragedy, the three decide it's time to reunite the Eternals, and as they look for their own teammates, learn of quickly impending doom coming to Earth. So what did I think of Eternals? I thought it's a muddled action superhero film. The film is directed by Chloe Zhao, who won the Academy Award for Best Director this year in the movie Nomadland. I will say that this is one of the best looking movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, as the cinematography is beautiful. As far as the action goes, there are a number of big action sequences throughout time, and a number of fight scenes that can be pretty cool, and while the final battle can be exciting and fun, it goes on a while. Speaking of going on a while, the pacing tends to drag, and I could really feel the runtime on this film. I feel like the whole movie could have used another spin or two in the editing room for sure. I figured there was going to be lots of exposition as we're being introduced to these new heroes, but the way it's portrayed could get boring at times, especially during the monotone monologues. I found myself actually drifting off a couple of times during the setup. The getting the band back together storyline has certainly been done before, and here it works as a way to get us to know the characters and see what kind of powers they have, and what they can bring to the table to save the planet. Unfortunately, I felt most of these heroes needed more personality, as many of them only had one or two traits. For a group that has worked together since 5000 BC, they really lack chemistry, and sometimes feel like they barely know each other. Our two leads, Circe and Ikaris, are pretty bland for the most part, and the romance between them is rather dull as well. Thankfully, there are a couple supporting characters that are likable. As their journey goes on, secrets are revealed, and we can predict a twist is coming. Some of the things that happened reminded me a bit of Watchmen here and there. There's also a rather unneeded subplot, or one that at least could have been shortened, given to Angelina Jolie's character, Thena, who I feel only gets her own special battle and story to give her more screen time. The film also goes back and forth through time, hundreds of years, sometimes from 500 BC to 6 days ago. Sometimes it worked okay, others I felt it was unneeded and just interrupted the flow of the story to show us an old battle or something not too integral to the plot. The ending even leaves us on a pretty lame cliffhanger, making it feel like a 2.5-hour series premiere. I know the MCU gets hit for too much comedy in certain movies, but here what we get hits for the most part, and I actually felt that a little more humor could have been welcomed. Eternals definitely feels like a more adult entry in the series, as I feel that kids would probably be bored out of their minds. The cast stars Gemma Chan as Circe, the Eternal with a strong connection to Earth that can manipulate matter through physical contact, Richard Madden as Icarus, the powerful Eternal who can fly and shoot laser beams from his eyes, who's been in love with Cersei for hundreds of years. Angelina Jolie as Thena, the warrior who can form any weapon out of cosmic energy. Kumail Nanjiani as Kingo, the now Bollywood star who can project cosmic energy projectiles with his hands. Leah McHugh as Sprite, an Eternal who has the physical appearance of a 12-year-old who can project illusions. Brian Tyree Henry as Phastos, the intelligent Eternal who invents weapons and technology, and Salma Hayek as Ajak, the wise leader of the group. There are a couple of interesting end credit scenes to stick around for, of course. I give Eternals credit for taking some chances, but most of the film falls flat and feels drab, putting it at the bottom of the MCU barrel. I can't get to the point to recommend it, even for hardcore fans. Number-wise, I'm going to give Eternals a 5 out of 10, which gives it the A-list rating of meh. It's okay.
All right, well, that's the show. I'll be back with another review very soon. But until then, don't forget to subscribe right here on YouTube, youtube.com/westside515. Like the show on Facebook, facebook.com/WestTroopaList. And of course, you can follow me on the Twitter and the Instagram @WestAList. Until next time, Troop out.